Good morning. This is Bay Area Cares, a weekly program where we highlight nonprofits around the Bay Area and people doing good deeds in your community. Just a heads up, this is being videoed via Zoom. You can watch this show. You can listen to this show at bayareacares.com. This morning, well, first off, my name is Sue Hall, and this morning I'm welcoming Winston Ashby. Winston is the founder and executive director and wearer of many hats at a program called PARTI Program. And Winston, you're primarily located in the East Bay, correct?
We're actually based in San Jose. However, we provide programming and activities all over the Bay Area, San Mateo County and Alameda County are two connecting counties to the South Bay. And so supporting young people wherever they are at is our priority.
And tell us about PARTI Program. That's PARTI, P-A-R-T-I. It is an acronym. It stands for something. And so tell us about that and your mission.
So the PARTI Program stands for Positive Alternative Recreation Team Building Impact Program. We empower and support the next generation of leaders. We do this by putting them in leadership roles. Our focus is, while they're in these leadership roles, is to give them the opportunity to have conversations that will enable them to think critically about health and mindfulness and wellness issues and topics that will affect them.
And how did you get started with this? I know the pandemic was a big issue.
So we've been supporting young people for 23 years, started in 2000 when some students approached us to help them create an activity for Black History Month with 3 African-American females. And they said, hey, Winston, we want your help and support so that we can do something that have racial equity at our school. And since then, we've been supporting young people with activities that create platforms to celebrate gender equality, racial equity, diversity, inclusion through the voices of youth.
And so you sort of enable people to, you're sort of a conduit to go to people. So if you're listening and you're in school, you're primarily focused on high school, is that correct?
We're primarily focused on high school students. However, we do work with college students. Since the pandemic, there's been some amazing young people. There was a young lady who just participated in one of our events. Her name was Diana, middle school student. I said, hey, this is for high school students. However, she said, I want to participate. And so young people have equity in our programs and our activities, and we make sure that we create ways to include them.
And also, I should add, businesses, business professional events, and there are sponsorship opportunities, obviously. PARTIprogram.com is the website to go for more information, PARTI program.com. We're speaking with Winston Ashby, the founder and executive director. So you've kind of got a tour coming up around the Bay Area. You've got a big event, Stop the Violence Bay Area. You've kind of, from what I gather from your website, have these upcoming events in monthly segments. This one particularly through April. Then there's a Safe Summer focused events, May to August, and Back to Service, September to November. You can get all of this at partiprogram.com. So you kind of go where needed, correct?
We kind of go, we don't believe that young people need to find us and come to us. Wherever you're at, wherever you're located at, it could be at your school, it could be in your community. We meet with young people in the libraries, we meet with young people at the mall, at Starbucks locations. Wherever you feel safe, wherever you feel that you have access to, we will meet you there to provide programming so that you can elevate, escalate your voice. So you can build power, and so you can have and build cross-cultural and cross-general relationships.
That sounds wonderful. How are you funded, and how many people do you have involved with your organization?
So I will tell you this. When I first started, as many neighborhood groups do, I came out of my pocket. Everything we did, it was like, okay, y'all, we need to raise X amount of money so that I could reimburse myself so that we could spend money on you again.
Right.
And so that was our philosophy and motto for so many years. After the murder of George Floyd, we've seen an influx of funding. During COVID, we received an influx of funding. And the reason why we received these things was because we were still providing services. We were still creating opportunities for young people. We never stopped. And so we did see funding increase. And we have some amazing funders like the Chan Zuckerberg Foundation, the Sobrato Family Foundation, the David Lucille Packard Foundation, as well as the Silicon Valley Community Foundation. What we need now is we need board members to help us create oversight for all the work that we're trying to do, our growth. We've been growing during the pandemic. We've been growing through this financial crisis. So we are looking for board members. We're looking for adults to serve as volunteers, to serve as connectors, to have conversations with young people, to support our activities where young people can have conversations with business leaders so they can learn growth mindset and be prepared for the workforce after college. And that's what our events do. Young people are placed in leadership roles, they're placed in business roles, and they run and they lead all these activities. And they say, Winston, here's how much money we need you to spend now. We need to spend it now.
Right. Well, you sound like very enthusiastic, and thank you for the work that you do. If anybody's listening, a business, a student, a person who would like to volunteer to help kids, and this is once again all around the Bay Area, primarily in the Alameda County area, San Mateo and San Jose, Santa Clara. It's PARTI, PARTI Program.com. There's a 408 number. Can I give that 561 number? 408-561-4664. You can reach out to Winston Ashby. He's the founder and executive director. Anything quickly that you'd like to add? They come to you. They bring the programs and tools and diversity and inclusion and the training that you need to feel safe in your community moving on in the real world. And it sounds like a wonderful program. So thank you, Winston, for all that you do.
Yeah, thank you. Now, I would just like to add that, young people, as they're transitioning back to school, they're communicating, they need more mental wellness support. And you can kind of see it with the amount of violence, cases of depression that's going on, not only just with kids, but just in general. And so we've committed to support mental wellness. And in order to do that, yeah, we do need some more support for advocating for the work that we do. And PARTI, we're going to party all the time, and PARTI stands for Positive Alternative Recreation Teambuilding Impact Program.
Party all the time. I love it. Thank you, Winston, for all that you do. And for our listeners, if you run a nonprofit or know somebody that has a fundraiser or benefit coming up, we'd love for you to reach out. You can see this interview, hear this interview, and you can give ideas for future shows at bayareacares.com. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.